Hi, I'm just getting set up here. Give me a minute or two, if anybody's there. Hey, we got 4 people on. Cool. I hear my voice echoing. I'm probably online. Alright. Alright. So let's see where we're at here. Okay. Alright. So, let's see. Looks like we got 2 people in here. We got, I'm hearing my voice echo. Stop echoing voice. Okay. Alright. So, yeah. Okay. So, let's see here. Oh well, we got quite a few people in here. Okay. All right. Today we'll be doing God Hand and Gradius, but I mean, let's just talk here for a moment. Okay. So in the 2 years that we've been doing the live shows, there's been kind of like freeform anarchy essentially, and just talking over some things with Sam and Chaz, who, software agents is not a solo operation. We are the software agents. There's just been some thoughts and some concerns with conduct and. All right, so if you maybe some of you might have noticed some posts on Twitter. By the way, if anybody was noticing any of the test streams earlier and were confused, I apologize. I got a new composite cable and I just wanted to make sure it worked. It worked okay. But yeah, we had a few new moderators. I recruited a few people I know, and yeah, there's just I want to make it clear to you guys that this is done on my time, and I want to be respected. I want us to the respect to be neutral. You know what I mean? And just I want to make that clear. I don't I really don't like blocking or banning people willy nilly. That's just not how I operate. But we got to just get some things established here. But yeah, I'll try not to be too R rated in my language. I can't make any promises, but I mean, I think it's pretty obvious stuff. Just I don't know. Don't be rude to your fellow people, please. No call outs, no links or anything. We're not a YouTube drama channel. This is basically me hanging out with my friends digitally, and then some other people come in. I just want to make that clear. Okay. But yeah, just please just behave is all I'm saying. And yeah, William, I apologize last stream. Frankly, a lot of your posts were being auto flagged as spam. Some of them I was just not able to see till after the fact. So I don't know if there's something that you're doing online that may not be, might be upsetting some of YouTube's bots. I don't know if you need to make your own account. I'm under the impression that you're over the age of 13, you should be able to make your own YouTube account. But yeah, I mean, if I just think that if we can't be friendly with certain mentalities in mind, maybe we might have to make this a 21 and up stream. I'm not sure what else to do. I'm just trying to be real here. But anyway, yeah, we got a lot of cool people here. Yeah, good to see you, Carlos. Good to see a judgment meter. Yeah, and we do have a few new moderators here. So I recruited 3 new ones recently. But okay, anyway. So with that in mind, welcome to Software Agents stream. Yeah, I'll have some time today, Sunday, and next week. Rest of the month, probably not so much. And I don't know about November and what have you. Just pay attention to Twitter, which does remind me. Do not post links in the chat, please. Only moderators may do that at my discretion. Please do not link to the stream in other people's streams. The way I see it, that's like going to like a bar or something and say, hey, this is a really great bar, but I know an even better one. I'm not sure why that's the first example, but just something to keep in mind. Okay, so yeah, with that out of the way, today we'll be playing Gradius 5, and we'll do one run, and then after, most likely I'll fail because this game's very tough. We'll move on to God Hand. The stream will go down, so you will need to refresh and wait a few minutes in between switching games. So yeah, this game is very difficult. I'll be checking probably in between levels or some dead moments. And we'll just see where it goes. Mr. Top Talent is going to post many links. Hi, good to see you, Grant. Let me just make sure my levels are okay. Alright, I think we're good. Alright, so yeah, anyway, Gradius 5, tough game. Emily says that her and Michelle go to special bars. What makes them special? Am I setting myself up for failure? Good to see you, Emily. Any bar you walk into? Oh, okay. But yeah, I plan on having 2 videos out for Halloween. At least before the 30th. I'm usually always very busy on Halloween day because I'm working. It's been a hot second. Yeah, Emily, last month was very interesting. Not always in a good way. But yeah, if anybody wasn't or didn't hear last time or forgot, I will be going to Houston Arcade Expo as a member of the media. There will be at least 1 video coming out that weekend based on Houston Arcade Expo. By the way, if you're here, I would appreciate it if you were to like the stream. That always helps. Looks like some pressure's going on. Okay, yeah, so stage 1, Gradius 5. These suns make funny noises when they blow up. Do people play this game? Is something I want to know. Or any games in the series. Because I feel like Gradius is kind of similar to Battletoads. Battletoads... I feel like Battletoads is more notorious than known. This game certainly went up in value. You played the first 2 on Switch. Gradius? Oh, Michelle Baker, this is Gradius 5. This is like the 6th or 7th game of the Gradius series. We'll be doing Gradius 5 and then later God Hand. This is an arcade-style shooter. It's very difficult. I was giving a little bit of history last time. This is made by Treasure Company Limited and G-Rev. And Treasure was made up of former Konami members. G-Rev is made up of former Taito members. And people at Taito are known for making the Darius games, which is often compared to Gradius. There's a re-release on Switch. Is it based on the NES versions or the arcade versions? Because I know that on Wii U, they released the Turbo Graphics version of Gradius. I think it was Salamander, actually. F1 and 2, okay. So this is the first boss, Big Core Revision 1.2. I'm not sure what makes it different from the other revisions, but okay. The options of Vic Viper's multiples are kind of like your automated wingmen, and I can control them using the R1 bumper. I use the formation to blow up the bottom and top things that were shooting the ring lasers, because those can cause trouble here. The trick of this game, I mean, watch me drop the ball, because this game's very difficult, is knowing which things you can... which projectiles you can dissolve, which ones you can't, and which ones you should dodge. Vic Viper has a very small hitbox, actually. It's actually roughly the size of the cockpit. I do have a shield in place right now. And I'll be checking comments after this boss battle. But this game can get pretty crazy with all the bullets and stuff that you have to dodge. Baker says this is basically Galaga in 3D. This game actually controls from a 2D plane, even though it has 3D graphics. I'm not... Actually, I think me do them. Gradius 3 is a pretty notorious game. It's Alright, I'm just replying to messages for one moment here. With this current setup I'm using, I actually don't have a mouse, so please bear with me. Relying on keyboard shortcuts. Glitching out? How am I glitching out? Volume not too loud or what? I paused the game to respond to something. Let's see. William, bit of a no. What you're... That's not following my rules. Audio's cutting off. I did turn it off quickly because I was typing something. And that's the end of stage 1, so that's actually a pretty good run. Next stage, we get a bit of an intermission, and then is the battleship stage. I like the Galaga comparison. I was recording a little bit of Galaga. That's going to be at Houston Arcade Expo. Hello, Juan. Why do we need to mention other people with inappropriate YouTube names? Why is that necessary? So here we got a little bit of plot. Again, this is mostly to people who missed the first part. So Vic Viper there's an anomaly that happens in space. There's a big battleship that gets teleported in, and another one who claims to be Vic Viper. The Vic Viper pilot's pretty confused because he's like, "But I'm Vic Viper, so what's going on here?" So the other pilot tells him that they need to destroy the ship simultaneously. Yeah, but William, why exactly do we need to talk about somebody when I thought I made it clear that we're not going to be doing callouts of other people? I don't. That's not really related to Gradius 5. I don't think. Jade Viper is a card. Yeah, Jade Knight's a Yu-Gi-Oh card one. Yeah, I mean stuff like that just not necessary. And this is a while back. Not really pertinent to this conversation. So I would really advise you to drop it and never mention it again, under any circumstances. All right. So if I'm to clear this, the Vic Viper on top will be a recording of the last time I played this. This is a new file I created. I'm actually doing pretty good. I haven't died yet. So we'll see. Usually I just really start to drop the ball in the next stage. I think I'm doing pretty good here. Emily says this game is interesting. Yeah, I wish it sold better. Because this game sold very poorly and I guess more or less killed this franchise. Oh, crapola. Unfortunately, fortunately for me, not fortunately for Konami, I was able to get this on Konami.com. They were selling it overstock. There was a time where Konami actually sold video games on their website. It's we've really regressed. Judgment meter will be back. Okay, all right, I'm gonna try to mostly focus on the game because what was it? I shouldn't text and fly in space at the same time. Carlos is saying he's playing R-Type. R-Type and Gradius are very similar, so no worries. I can see how you make that mistake. They play on the same plane. Not as in the same plane as in the same jet, but I mean, these are both horizontal all shoot 'em ups. But yeah, this game is pretty interesting visually. It can wait. It can wait. Damn it. Oh no, that's bad. So everything on the bottom is called the power meter. Every time I lose a life, I lose all my upgrades. In most other Gradius games, when you lose a life, you get sent back to a checkpoint. This game by default you have a revival option, which makes it pretty manageable. It mitigates the fact that this game can be very crazy with the bullets. There you have to make sure you shoot down that wall or you'll crash into it. But I lost all my upgrades, and Vic by default's pretty weak. You can grab your options, which is a new feature. The options are the little multiple wingmen guys. That was a new feature they created for this one. Some other games in the series, like Parodius, they do not keep your options between lives. This boss is called Death, which That's a very funny name. That's all. I don't see what makes it so deathly. But you could say, excuse me, that all ties into the Halloween month. Excuse me. That was really close. I believe once you destroy the shield in the front, the core becomes active. You can't damage it until the core becomes active. And we see how the game escalates. Shits the big beam laser and then the little ones come out. This part's a little bit tense, so I probably will not be checking on chat until this level is over. But here I'll be positioning the options to damage the core. It's going to start firing homing lasers at me. Yeah, there we go. If anybody's ever heard of the game Ikaruga for Xbox and GameCube, the people who worked on that game, Treasure, they also made this one a year or two later. And I hope my sound levels are okay. If you think anything needs to be adjusted, let me know. It's gonna fire another homing laser. Ooh. Captain. Ooh. No, timed out. Next boss is Tetran, who is from Light. I think was originally introduced in Life Force, also known as Salamander in Japan. I wasn't expecting to time out death. I wasn't expecting to time out death. I got 8 continues left. To those who are not too much into video games, I wonder if you can see what makes this game so difficult. You see, the trick is that everything on the screen is trying to kill you. This game is borderline what people would call a bullet hell game. If you want to look up something like Bullet Hell, Insect Princess, Mushihime-sama, this game is almost to that mold. I think it's a little bit more manageable. I generally don't care for the bullet hell genre except for Mushihime-sama. Alright. I mentioned this last time, but I'll say it again. This song is called Like a Snake, and it appears in many games in this series. Hopefully there's a decent enough balance in between my voice and the game audio for y'all to be able to hear it okay. See, out of the corner of my eye, Carlos is saying that he has nightmares from Mushihime-sama. Those games are pretty tough. Somewhere in this one, I crap out at the 3rd level in that one, too. And for the record, I'm just playing on the default difficulty, which this game is still quite difficult on the default difficulty. I usually time out on this boss. It's so hard to get a hit in. This is Big Core Mark III, I believe. Big Core Mark II or Mark III. I don't remember off the top of my head. This part of the stage is a big boss rush, you see. Oh, that sucks. At least I got my options, though. Some of them... So here's a question I'll pose to you, and I'll have a lot of catching up in chat to do. I apologize. When I'm at Houston Arcade Expo, what are some games you would like to see me try to get footage of or try to cover? Obviously, I can't promise everything, but a lot of interesting exhibits are concerned. Big Core timed out. Next boss is Big Core Mark IV. After that, actually, maybe I should just get caught up in stream now. I don't know when I'll have a better opportunity. Let's see here. Williams says something, isn't that all shitters? I don't know if you're talking about bullet hell stuff. Carlos says he has nightmares about Mushihime-sama. Michelle is making the Daddy Shark reference. I don't entirely understand. I am Shark. My favorite Juan quote. Let's see. How would you even do an adorable party? Yeah, I could see it happening with Michelle. So yeah, this boss has all kinds of attacks. Big Core Mark IV. Just another example of how this game escalates. Krellis is saying that his throat jumps at some of the maneuvers. Yeah, and this is the default difficulty settings. I mean, there it's just like, okay, you get caught in the net essentially, and then the balls, and then the lasers. Oh boy. Everyone dresses super kawaii, and then we make pink drinks. I wish you were here to see that. Oh, homing. Uh-oh. That's not good. This is why I'm frustrated that we all live so far apart. It's fun to do this kind of stuff, but if I travel, I can only bring so many games with me. Okay, let's destroy that top core. Hopefully. Alright, one more to go. So you see how crazy this is. The big electric balls get spawned from the, I'm gonna call them electric tentacles, while the middle of the main body shoots homing lasers at you. It's pretty nuts. And this is just on the normal difficulty. And 2 more beams are gonna come out now. Ah, damn it. The red lasers are homing. Let's say Carlos is talking something about hemp masks. We talking about rope, balls, tentacles. Yeah, I have nobody but myself to blame for that. I walked right into that one. William's back. Hope everybody has their polo shirts on. And I timed it out, unfortunately, but whatever. Let's see. Your top 10 list references Dunkin' Donuts. I hate the fact that Dunkin' Donuts really doesn't exist where I live. You have no idea what you take for granted. I'll just say that much. Yeah. There's some people that are just aliens to you. See, I forget what this stage is called. I think it's called base. There's a lot of trickery in this stage. I feel like the first 2 stages of this game are tough but manageable, but here's where, you need to remember all kinds of really nutty stuff. And I'm not a fan of the boss at this level. I think the boss is just really unfair. Emily said stuff that made me laugh. Let's see, what kind of pictures were taken? Doing a lot better than Sunday, that's for sure. The little walker thingies that are... oh, damn it. They look like Imperial walkers to my left. Those are called mobile ducker cannons. They later made those into a Yu-Gi-Oh card. Damn. Emily brings laughter. I wonder if that somehow ties into the Joker movie coming out. Aye, okay. Yeah, William, like I said, several of your posts last time, I didn't even see them until the replay. So I don't know if there's something wrong with your account. I don't know if that's an issue with that account. I don't know if YouTube did something, but I would suggest maybe you might need to create your own account. If your account somehow got flagged or something. And I'll leave it at that. Okay, a little bit of serious time. This part's pretty tricky, and then there's a boss that I just think is kind of unfair. And I guess William missed part of the last time. Damn it. Some other folks might have missed some things last time, so maybe they'll understand why I think the boss is kind of unfair. I don't remember if was Carlos here last time. I don't. No way. I think he was busy. So okay. Don't always remember everybody who's here or not, and oh well. Now you see what I mean when I say stage 3. Stage 3 is when I die a lot. Damn. Let's see. What did I think of the new Birds of Prey trailer? Honestly, I thought it was pretty obnoxious. But, we'll see. Darn. Darn. I don't know, William. Are you confessing this only? Oh, no. Jeez. Now things are starting to get rough. I'd be very happy if I can get to level 5 today. Because you see that the progression of me streaming Gradius 5. First, I struggled to get to level 3. Last time I got to level 4. If I can get to level 5, there will be progression. Same, maybe. It's not giving me a straight... Why don't people... Why don't people just give straight answers? Damn. I am the best actor. You're Robert De Niro? Wow. William's lying. What else is he lying about? Alright. Here's the boss, Ground Spider. This boss is not very nice. So, here's the deal. This boss comes from the bottom, and his core is not active during the earlier parts of the fight. He is going to try to drop blocks on me, and then he has a laser, but you need to hide behind the blocks. Harmless lies, though, you know. Lies hurt people. Every single lie hurts people. Don't ever lie under any circumstances. Fires rings and then a big unblockable laser. So I just think this boss at this point in the game is pretty cruel. I feel like this is where the point where you really have to step it up if you want to win. But maybe you'll see maybe you understand what I mean when I say this is pretty crazy. Some parts, if you don't know what you're doing ahead of time, they're just flat out unblockable. So there, I have to hide behind the blocks. The blocks are going to start coming down. And then there's the cannons everywhere. The cannons fire the lasers that I can't destroy. I have no choice but to dodge them. Damn. And, you know, if I was inside the legs, like right here, I wouldn't be able to block the laser. Really gotta get those options. Adorable theme party. That sounds like that would get Judgment Meter's endorsement. So yeah, I think the trick with this fight and what I'm kind of messing up on is that during this stage I really should just focus on the dodging, and then here's when you have to focus on destroying it. But I'm not sure what the lay people think. I just don't think this boss is very fair, and being only like 1/3 through the game at this point, it just comes off as cruel to me. Nah. And that's dead too. Aggravating. Really running out of lives here. Yeah. Alright, down goes Ground Spider. And believe it or not, I still think this game is more manageable than Contra Shattered Soldier. Alright, somebody is messaging me on my phone. I'll be back in a sec. But that's stage 3. I'd say Okay, I'm all back. Sorry about that. Let's see, Nick's here. Hey, Nick. Nick is my patron, so it's good to see you, Nick. I'll be playing this probably up until I get a game over. If you guys are happy with it, maybe I'll give it another shot. But then I'll move on to God Hand for a little bit afterwards. But yes, Nick, right now I'm playing Gradius 5, which is one of my favorite PlayStation 2 games. And considering how much I like it, you think I would be better at it? See what I mean? But yeah, I do have a little bit of free time this month. There'll be a few more things going on. I don't have, I haven't summoned the God Hand yet. Not yet. I don't know if we've ever sat down and talked about that game, but that's another top PlayStation 2 game for me as well. So many good games on PlayStation 2. Great console. Why am I a mod? I mean, do you financially support software agents? So that comes with the responsibility. What is the concept of God Hand? God Hand is a 3D beat 'em up game where you play as a guy in a Western world who beats up bad guys. His arm got cut off, and it got replaced with a righteous power in the arm called the God Hand. And there's another character in the game, a bad guy, who has a God Hand, and he's called Devil Hand. It's made with the Resident Evil 4 engine. And it's a very fun, wacky video game. It's actually much more slapstick than it may sound based on that premise. It's the final video game that Shinji Mikami made at Capcom. Shinji Mikami, of course, is the guy who conceptualized Resident Evil and directed the original Resident Evil remake and Resident Evil 4 as well. Also did Dino Crisis, which is made on the same engine as Resident Evil. I think it's closer to Resident Evil 3, so it's very similar. Made a game called Vanquish for PlayStation 3. Also did PN3, a very obscure GameCube game that I reviewed a few years back. This stage takes place inside a giant planetoid body. It's pretty gross. There's a one part with a cell wall that really messes me up, but let's see if I can get through this. I'll get to chat and give me a few minutes here. Nobody answered my question about Houston Arcade Expo. I wonder if we'll get any responses about that. If there's any thing anybody wants me to look out for when I'm there. Alright, out of my peripheral, I see some people are saying some things in chat. I'll get to it. Alright, here, let's see what we got here. Let's see here. Zero is silent in PN3. Somebody is afraid of spoilers. Yeah. Let's see. You want to play it? I mean, the game is really silly, but okay. The stage is making you hungry. Let's see. It's like the level in Super Mario Land 2 when you play a level in Mario. Yeah, I own that game and I should know what you're talking about. Keep an eye on House of the Dead 4. I don't think they'll have it because that's pretty modern, and they generally have like JAMA boards there and things like JAMAs, pretty easy setups. They will have Typing of the Dead, that's confirmed, and I missed that last time. I missed getting video footage of it last time, and I want to make up for that considerably. So I don't think we'll have that. The House of the Dead footage, when I had House of the Dead, that was a cheat. That was filmed at another arcade. I was just trying to, illustrate a point that it was House of the Dead, but violent. And you're dead. I'm dead. The robotic Mario, okay. Right, that stage. Typing of the Dead is dope. That's the most violent educational game I've ever seen. It's one of those things that's pretty unbelievable. A few of my friends who are older have said that they learned how to type because of that game. And I bet somebody at Sega is blushing at that claim. In a good way. Let's see. Daria Funko Pops. I don't know if I've ever seen any of those. This is a really bad situation. Alright. And did I make it through? God, this is a really crappy situation to be in. Oh boy. There we go. Wonderful. Nick wants me to stream Pilates Basics. I don't know what the hell that is. Okay, here's the boss. Huge heart. The game with the ugly teacher. I have no idea what you're talking about. Here's the boss. I actually don't think he's that tough. He's definitely a breath of fresh air after Ground Spider. Jeez. Frankly, there's so many lasers, I'm not entirely sure what to dodge and what not to dodge. Let's stop firing for a moment. Okay. Now we aim. Alright, attack the cell. Oh, come on. That's ridiculous. Game out. Oh, man. What do you think? Would you like me to give this another shot or move on to not Gradius. This is Gradius. Do you want me to give it another shot or move on to Godhand? Because I did get further than last time. Or was it farther? Nobody ever taught me the difference between that. What do you think? Should we make it to a vote? William, this game is Gradius. All right, so we get you like to see God hand. Okay, damn. Someday I will complete this game live. Got roughly halfway through. Okay. All right, the stream will go off for like 5 minutes, and then we'll come back with God Hand. All right. So, yeah. If it doesn't appear, refresh or